Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the most common mistakes that beginners make when learning Italian. Beginners like me. So, are you guys ready? Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm not shooting this video alone. I have my assistant here, Stefano, native Italian teacher, and he has also been teaching Italian for a while. So he's the perfect guy to help us out today. Stefano, we're going to talk about... Buongiorno, Stefano.
Buongiorno.
We're going to talk about 3 common mistakes that, foreigners make when they're learning Italian, right? Okay, mistake number 1, Stefano.
Okay, I think the most important mistake as far as pronunciation is concerned would be double consonants.
Double consonants.
Do you agree?
Give an example. Yeah, it can be tricky sometimes if you don't think about it.
Yeah, for example, the word for pen is penna and has a double N, right? If you pronounce it like pena, it becomes punishment.
Okay.
So that's a different thing. In order to say pen, you have to say penna. There's a little pause in there.
A pause.
Right?
Penna. So how can we practice this, or is it like a trick?
Yeah, my trick is to imagine the word as split in two.
Yeah.
Imagine a hyphen in between the two consonants, and pronounce the word as 2 separate words, like pen, na, and then faster, pen, na, pen, na, pen, na, pen, na, up until the point where it becomes one single word.
Yeah.
Pen, na.
Okay, guys. So pay attention to this. It's something I think that really makes very typical for Italian. So take your time and don't rush by saying penna or anni.
Or anni, right? That's an important one.
That's an important one, but yeah. So penna.
Yeah.
Quanto anni? Quanti
anni hai?
Quanti anni hai?
Right.
Okay. Okay. So the second common mistake, I think, could be the difference between da and di. It's a little bit confusing in Italian, right? In French we have de, in Spanish we have de, right?
Yeah. In Portuguese you have de.
But
also.
but in Italian you have two.
We have two. We have da and di.
Give an example. How
for
does
example, il telefono di Jan.
Yeah.
That's Jan's telephone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But if I say greetings from Brussels, I cannot say saluti di Bruxelles. I have to say saluti da Bruxelles. Even though in the other languages you mentioned, it would be every time the same word, like the.
Yeah.
So we, when the meaning is from, we tend to use da. And when the meaning is possession, or some specification, like the material or something is done, we use di.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention to that, not just use both prepositions.
Okay, so Stefano's son becomes il figlio di Stefano.
That's correct.
And Stefano comes from home.
Viene da casa.
Viene da casa.
Right.
I see. Okay, then mistake number 3 that foreigners often make. This one is a little bit more trickier because in Italian you have a thing called
congiuntivo.
Congiuntivo.
And congiuntivo in Italian kicks in more often than it does in other languages, in other Latin Romance languages.
So basically every time after the word ke or not?
Not every single time. You cannot say that in for any language, but very often. Let's say, like after I think that, credo che or penso che.
Yeah.
You should use congiuntivo.
And well, that's a little tricky to learn this to learn this grammatical feature. Yeah. And I think that eventually, of course, if you want to speak Italian well, you need to learn it. But as a beginner,
as a beginner, there is a way to avoid having to use it.
So how do we do that? Tell us this trick. How do we cheat?
For example, what I always say to my students is, if you're talking about yourself, so I think that I blah blah, you can avoid using che and just substitute it with di, credo di, and then you just need to use the indicative. The infinitive, I'm sorry, the infinitive. So, credo di essere stanco. I think I'm tired. If the subject of the second sentence is another one, like like Jan, for example, I think that Jan is tired. I cannot say credo di essere stanco, credo di Jan essere stanco. This is completely absurd in Italian. But
Yeah.
what you can do is just say secondo me or
Per me.
per me, right? Per me, which would translate like according to me,
Yeah,
Jan
yeah.
è stanco. And there you don't have to use
So I think that Stefano is
Congiuntivo.
not there. How would we say that? I mean, per me?
per me Stefano non c'è.
Ah, okay. And otherwise, like if you would say it the
Otherwise
Italian way.
you would have to use congiuntivo by saying credo che Stefano non ci sia.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
obviously at the beginning it can be tricky to learn all verbs twice.
Yeah, I see. So the advice basically is to not use penso che or credo che, but instead say per me
Yep.
or
Credo di
credo di.
if it regards yourself.
Yes. Okay, guys, I hope that this has been an interesting, useful video for you. If you are learning Italian or if you want to learn Italian, pay attention to these 3 things, and then you might be able to avoid making lots of these beginner mistakes. That was it. If you want Stefano to help you with your Italian, I will put a link in the description below. He's also a teacher on italki, so that you can schedule lessons with him there. That was it. Greetings and good luck with your Italian studies. How do you say that in Italian?
Ciao. Auguri nei vostri studi di italiano. Voilà.
Esatto, esatto.
Esatto.